Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the House of Profanity podcast. I'm Andrew Gluestick, and here with me in our lovely studio, don't worry about it, is the Leapin' Loser, Keenan.
It's me. It's the other guy that's on the channel.
You may know us from popular programming such as Profanity Bandits, and also our one-hit wonder, Shite Games, that hasn't had a sequel yet.
That will probably have a sequel at some point when we buy Sonic Forces. Because, ooh baby.
Let's not jump the shark.
Yeah, we won't jump the gun. We'll get to that. To that. So basically, we wanted to start a podcast because everybody's fucking doing it, and it's kind of a quick, dirty, easy way to make content that's like long form. That's not us like talking shit while we're playing the game. It's just fucking.
It's more collected.
Yeah, it's more.
We're not as crazy.
It's more collected. We have a list of things to talk about.
We're not trying to get your attention on the fly.
We're not like screaming obscenities every 20 seconds like the fucking Mario Kart playthrough where we talked about.
Actually, a good thing to talk about that's not on the list before we get into everything. Is that the difference between Profanity Bandits and something like Shite Games and the House of Profanity podcast.
Yeah, that is actually, I think. First let's explain what the podcast is, and then
I would say it's mostly
what we're doing.
We talk a lot about gaming, of course, because it's something.
It's a gaming-oriented channel. Yeah, we're very passionate about it.
We'll talk about movies and other stuff like that sometimes. Sprinkle that in there.
Anything that we really want to talk about.
Technically, entertainment. Podcast. We're talking about entertainment. Different forms of entertainment. That's what we're going for.
For sure. Also, this is probably going to be a once a month thing.
At least for the time being.
Yeah, because
the living situations with both of us.
Yeah, because I just recently moved. Like, we used to literally live like a block away from each other.
Yeah.
Like, I could walk there walk to Andrew's place within 5 minutes, and it would
for unimportant reasons. That'll be changing in a year, and then we'll be back in that same spot.
Literally the same house.
But it'll be truly the House of Profanity.
It will be. It will be.
Because there'll be no other distractions, no other problems.
And I mean, this setup that we have here, it's not terrible,
but it's inconvenient for us to get together most of the time if that things go. So
because it's like across town essentially at this point, which it's a lot harder to get together and record stuff. So we kind of just get together on on days where we're both free and just record until we pass the fuck out.
Yeah, that's basically what today's gonna be.
Yeah, pretty much. This is the first thing we're recording today.
Yeah, it's like a 15-minute walk or something like that from my college all the way to this house. So I was dead when I got here.
He came straight from class here.
Yeah,
that was shitty. It's cold today too.
It was so cold and it wasn't prepared. But hey, that's what happens, folks.
We do it for you.
We do it for you.
All 20 of you
who
subscribed to the channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now.
Yes.
The difference between the different content.
Yes.
Now, contrary to popular belief, folks, usually Let's Players are putting on a bit of a character.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit of a character. I wonder why. If you were literally just yourself when you're doing a Let's Play,
it'd be fucking boring, dude. You wouldn't say anything.
So the reason people do that and people go off the wall and say crazy stuff is because they're trying to grab your attention. They're trying to sell their personality. So I know for me, at least in my normal life, I'm not screaming obscenities all the time.
Outside of just being fucking idiots, are probably the tamest humans.
Yeah.
Most people will ever meat.
We just get a little wild when we're together.
Because it's fun and it's just fucking stupid. You get to unload.
That's what Profanity Bandits is.
It's a release of all that fucking bullshit.
And I know personally that I'm always worried about separating personal projects and professional projects and how what comes with that.
Yeah.
But honestly, at the end of the day, it'll happen someday probably, and that'll happen.
Yeah. I mean,
people will know I'm the mastermind behind crocodile apricots or something like that.
Oh, jeez. Link in the description.
Link in the description. This is a really stupid thing I did. This quote unquote comedy band. I still love it. It's great.
It's great. It is great. It is really
just
good.
Stupid stuff. It's inspired by Wesley Willis. We're not trying to make fun of Wesley Willis. We love Wesley
him.
Willis.
Bless him. May he rest in peace.
Rest in peace. Great fella. But it's just where we got our main inspiration. But either way, it's another side project I have, and it's just like, I know now with Profanity Bandits and all that stuff, I don't feel comfortable coming forth with my professional side of things and what I do without that. I mean, maybe at some point in the future, like way off future, when I'm not really like as worried about that kind of thing, but it's still kind of like it's a touchy thing you really gotta think about, which is annoying because. But even though like you could have 15 separate emails or some shit like that, like I do, like I have 15, but I have separate emails for a lot of things.
Yeah, so do I.
It could happen anyway.
I mean, like I had the employer that I work for right now somehow ended up finding my Twitter, and they were talking to me about some stuff that I've said to people, and there's some guy on Twitter, he's like this actual like super fucking racist dude that's, you know, Tariq Nasheed.
No, that's
you
not.
Don't?
Is he a racist?
Like vile, like black supremacist, like to the point of like kill white babies type shit is what he posts. Goodness. And he was talking about some shit about Mugabe in like West Africa, like the guy that's like leading this shit, and like how there was like a bunch of like white people that owned farms that had immigrated to West Africa that were feeding a lot of the people in Africa. And like Mugabe just sent like fucking troops to burn down their farms and like killed a lot more people like subsequently. And then Tariq Nasheed tweeted something out about like how these white devils shouldn't be in Africa or something like that. And I tweeted at him, I was like, Mugabe killed more people than any white people did in Africa, you bum crumblingly stupid semen guzzler, or something like that. Like something to that effect. And my boss saw that and he was like, that's pretty funny. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So I mean, like,
it really depends on the person. But
yeah,
like,
and it's super touchy too. Like when he was like, oh, I found your Twitter, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, what did he see? Because I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like I like to separate that stuff, but at the same time, like I'm
it's hard.
Yeah, it is hard, especially when it's like everything is so public access now. Like you can look up somebody's name and like have like their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram, like probably their YouTube channel if they're stupid and have their name attached to it.
Yeah,
like,
but
who knows?
Where it all comes down to, where all this is coming from, is that like what we do for Profanity Bandits or for Shite Games, what I do for Shite Games as Jensen, and
yeah.
what you know, I did for Crocodile Apricots. It's all characters.
Yeah, it's like
not me. Like I'm not.
It's like an extension of yourself, like things that you personally like probably don't believe or wouldn't say otherwise.
I'm not Jensen. Yeah. I don't go around screaming,
"This is fucking bullshit.
This is fucking bullshit. The cunt." Like he says "cunt" every second word
because it's fucking hilarious.
The character is a stereotypical like Australian, like New Zealandish person.
I think it's more like North UK, like Manchester.
Who even knows?
Accent.
Either way,
yeah, who the fuck knows?
Like it's just that's where it comes from. He's supposed to be a generic, like either Australian or whatever you feel like it is. I tried my best to think about what I was doing in my head at the time. But that's what it is.
I think it worked out.
Same with Profanity Bandits. I'm still Andrew on Profanity Bandits, but that's not how I act normally.
No. Like we say some shit on that like like the fucking one thing that I still remember because it's just so ingrained in my mind while I was editing this video is one of the Mario Kart episodes you picked Tanuki Mario.
Yeah. And
I was like, more like Gookie Mario, and that was like within the first 2 episodes, and that was like, well, we know the direction this channel's going now. Like that's what like set the stone in motion for like
it's just
the ridiculous shit that is going on that.
Like,
but it's more like because it's like what it's like within the first 15 seconds, if you don't have somebody's attention, odds are they're probably gonna click off the video, which is like it's hard within that, like to get something that like within that small time span of 15 seconds, like it's next to impossible.
Yeah, but it's just like things we say or like things that Jensen says or things that are said.
We don't necessarily believe
Crocodile Apricots. Yeah, like I don't believe that Dead Rising 4 is a good game. Topic for another day. I'm not getting on.
Yeah, no, we won't talk about that. We have too many things.
I honestly,
that could be a whole other podcast.
I'm not kidding you. I could do a whole entire show, an entire podcast on Dead Rising.
And I mean, we have like an episode of Splatoon that'll go up within the week. That's like literally just talking about like how Dead Rising 4 is fucking awful. But that's a topic for another podcast.
But either way, to get it out of the way, here we'll probably. We're not exactly carbon copies of how we are in a regular personal situation just between the two of us, but like we're a little more real here.
Yeah, we cite no memeing on the podcast. I was gonna say when we're more just personal between the two of us, we're sucking each other's dicks, but no memes on the podcast. Okay. This is real shit for the most part.
It's different stuff, and that's what you just have. You just have to get that. And if you can't get that, then I don't know what to say.
Well, if you don't want to watch or listen to the podcast, there's plenty of other things to watch on the channel.
Like what I say about Garbage Man and my mother in New York City has nothing to do with how I can perform as a graphic designer or something like that. Like
it's completely separate things.
Thing. I'm not gonna just come up to you and be like, I hate fucking frogs.
Or like Martians are dirty or some stupid shit like that.
It's just fun.
They're
like there are ways to vent your innermost like demons or something. Like
your innermost
they
demons
just come out.
The hatred of Martians that you held so close to your heart.
They just come out, and it's just a fun thing to let go of shit. So that's what happened.
Yeah, it's just a fuck around thing. But anyway, we have a thing that we want to do at the beginning of each podcast, where we because since we're very passionate about video games and we play a lot of games, probably to the detriment of ourselves.
Whatever, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you're enjoying it, it's really a waste of time. What we've been playing for the past month or however long the time span has been since the last episode of the podcast. So yeah, we'll say this month of November, mid-October.
Yeah.
To now. We'll let you start. What have you been playing recently?
Okay. So I think first thing I'll talk about is Friday the 13th, the game.
Yeah, I knew you were going to.
It's
a fun fucking game.
Me and Keenan played it the same day, but I got it and I played it a bit before he got it and stuff. Yeah. So we've been playing that, and I think it's a really good game. It's like a Dead by Daylight type game, a couple.
Except not broken.
Not broken.
Well, no,
it's
not
broken.
as broken. Not as broken.
It's made by 5 people. It's made by 5 people.
Yeah, so it gets a pass on.
It's pretty good, I think. The devs seem pretty good. They have like a roadmap for like what they're updating.
Is good.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot.
You just it's just fun, like whether you're Jason trying to like figure out the best strategy as to like. How am I going to kill these people? How am I going to, like, disable the power? How am I going to make sure they don't get the phone up and running? Stuff like that. And then the survivor, you're just like, can I find the keys for the car? Can I call Tommy Jarvis so if someone dies, he comes back and can help us escape or something like that? It's definitely a fun game with friends. Randoms can be a bit lame, but...
Oh, yeah, we got one fucking person that was, like, this 40-year-old woman streaming on Twitch to, like, 5 viewers. That was working with Jason on comms, live on stream, like trying to, like it was so fucked, like just beyond belief. I like.
It's just.
But
not
I mean,
the greatest thing.
Yeah, and like for some reason there's no region lock either, so like you'll have people that has like
someone goes into the North American server maybe because there might be more people playing at that time or something like that. Yeah, but it's just like all online games like that are kind of up to who you play with, so it's kind of hard to knock it specifically. Yeah,
and all things considered, it is a fun game.
And I think it's fairly balanced.
Yeah,
to me, all the different Jasons they're not better necessarily than the others, and all the different.
Because I don't even like the only times we ever seen the same Jason was if it was like somebody of a low level. Yeah, but I didn't quite have them all.
Most people just pick the Jason that fits them best because they each have their own. Like, strengths and weaknesses and stuff.
There's no, like, meta when it comes to that game. Yeah. Like, usually within a lot of, like, multiplayer games, like, even one like that, because even when it, like, Evolve was a thing. Like that was big. Like there was.
I just felt it wasn't.
There was like a meta for that game.
Yeah.
That was like there was one big monster that like, and it was always the same monster.
And in that game, it always felt like you played. It's like you either when you were playing as a team with other people as the human characters, you'd always get with the worst team ever, and then when you were the monster, you were with the most. Am I getting a fucking speech impediment?
the most organized.
The most organized team.
Yeah.
Ever, and it was annoying.
Yeah.
But with this, as long like you need to play a good Jason to do good. You need to play a good survivor to be a good survivor, and that's it.
You just have to be smart with how you play it, and I like that.
And I like it, and I'm not huge on multiplayer games. That one's grabbing.
Yeah, that's like my forte.
I don't play it like not even that I don't like it or anything. It's just like I have so many single player games and so many other games that I need to get through my backlog that it's just like I don't have time and school and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So some things get put to the back burner, or like I just go on them every once in a while. But for a multiplayer game, I enjoyed a lot, and they're adding single player. And I remember someone on this Facebook was like, "Why would anybody want to play against mods offline?"
Like, why not?
Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Like, why wouldn't you want to?
You get to play as Jason and just kill a bunch of stupid AI. That'd be the most, like, visceral, like, stress reliever ever.
Besides, like, driving down the sidewalk in a minivan on GTA 5.
Yeah, like, that's why. If you don't want to deal with all the stupid people online, just go offline, kill a bunch of bots, take out your stress, and then go back.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. People complain about the dumbest shit.
Yeah. And that's a lot of stuff that'll be happening. And moving on from there, I was... Okay, so I tried to do the Witcher stuff.
Yeah.
Witcher 1, I beat it once, which some ungodly way I did.
The fucking powers that be forcing you to...
I love
wade through that shit.
I love the first Witcher game for its story and its world. It isn't a perfect game, but it was a game made for the Polish, and they ended up localizing it for the English market, and it was popular. So I can't really fault it. But the gameplay is just so odd, and literally when you get halfway through the second chapter, you want to hang yourself. That's how I felt when I first played the game too.
Really?
But I went through anyway. It's just.
I wanted to hang myself, and I literally, the furthest I got was like, because I've been also playing The Witcher, the second one now, because I just can't fucking deal with the first one. I got to the point where I was finding that concoction for Triss after she got knocked out or whatever in the castle. That's within the first 20 minutes of the game, and I was like, no, I'm not. I got this game for $1.50. I don't need to finish it.
Yeah, and what I suggested
I got my money's worth.
My suggestion was just watch the Let's Play or something to get through it. That's what most people recommend. And The Witcher 2 was so much better. The reason I wanted to do 1 is because I used to have a save file you can transfer certain things over to The Witcher 2, which is cool, and small choices. But the save for The Witcher 3, from what I heard from Witcher 2, is more important. But either way, I was like, fuck it, I'm going to do Witcher 2. And I started doing that, and I was just like, I'm not going to have any time for this, am I? Yeah. So I put that on the back burner again for the third time or something. It's so hard. I love it so fucking much, but it's so hard to commit that time to it. When I'm thinking about I have all these other games, and it's not that I don't want to play The Witcher, but there's games
you just want to play these games more.
There's some games I want to play more, and it's not even that you have that feeling sometimes where despite at one point you're like, man, I really want to play The Witcher, and then you start playing it, and you're and then you look at another game and you're like, whoa, I really want to play this.
That happens
to
me all the time.
And that game, ladies and gentlemen, is Shadow Warrior, and that's what I played. Really? I was sitting there one day because I got it for free when it was free on Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I think I have it on my library too.
I was angry, got that angst going on. I was just angry. I don't know why, and I needed some sort of release.
So you took your weeb rage
and I went fucking Shadow Warrior, and it was the best decision I made. Just chopping demons and guys in half with katanas and shooting guns at them, and it's almost it's a very awesome game. they took an old, they took the old 3D Realms game of the same name, the 90s shooter that's basically just Asian Duke Nukem type deal, and they made it something even better. Yeah. And he's still the same guy, but it just feels a lot more like a faithful recreation than Duke Nukem Forever was for Duke Nukem 3D, which Duke Nukem 3D is like one of the best first-person shooters of all time.
I don't think I've ever played it.
We'll play it, folks.
We will. We'll have to play it sometime on the channel.
Because I have it on Steam, and it's great. I love it.
Perfect.
But either way, Shadow Warrior is awesome. If you don't have Shadow Warrior, get it.
It's pretty cheap on Steam,
It is. And there's a second one now, too, which is probably awesome. But at least
I think that one's like budget price, too. So I don't think it's a budget game.
I think they're called Flying Pigs or something like that. Their company. I think they're endorsed by 3D Realms, but 3D Realms is not making it. They should give Flying Pigs Duke Nukem and let them go wild with it, because it'd be great.
Yeah, just fucking go insane.
Anyway, it's just awesome. It just felt good. It runs really good. It's a game from 2013, so even on some older systems, you should be able to at least run it like console level or something.
Yeah, well, I know I ran it on. I have a I think it's like an i5 quad core, like integrated graphics laptop. Before like the hard drive busted on, I was running that on it at like 30 frames per second on like max res.
I was running it.
It was fine.
All maxed.
Yeah, like because you have a fucking ungodly laptop.
200 plus FPS or some shit like that, and I have G-Sync monitor, so I was like, oh!
Yeah, you got that school fucking laptop that'll last you 10 years.
I know, it's good, and I love it. It's a great little thing, and it enables me to see the bright side to some things, and that'll come up later.
Yeah, that'll also come up
later.
But
it's an awesome game. You should all play it. I've only gotten early because on it, but this weekend I'll probably play more. But I've been busy with the school projects and stuff. But like, that's really good. Awesome game. A for asshole, C for champion.
Sure.
That's from the game.
Is it from the game?
Something he says in the game. I'm like,
yeah, I don't know what the fuck that means.
I don't know what the fuck it means either, but I love it.
I'm sure we'll figure it out.
I love it.
At some point. So. Yes?
You know.
Okay. As per usual, I haven't been really playing any single player games because I rarely play single player games. I've been delving back into some Counter-Strike, which is not good for my health. And I've also just give me that whiskey. I need that fucking by the bottle if I'm fucking playing that shit again. I've been delving back into that a little bit, and I did my placements for season 7 of Overwatch, which I just shouldn't have done, because I remember why I quit playing both of those games as soon as I got into the first game that I played. So between that and I've been playing some PUBG as well, despite it being H1Z1 Part 2. Because I know it's going to turn into that. Like, odds are it's not coming at early access, and I'm fucking pissed that I bought it in the first place, but I just can't help but not play it. And Fortnite. I've been playing some Fortnite, too.
Fortnite's so fucking polished.
Fortnite is the best BR game that's ever come out, and I don't give a shit what anybody says.
It's one of the best early access games, I think, too.
The Forest is also another good early access game.
But Epic Games does a good job. It's a really polished early access game. It's like...
Definitely.
It has improvements to come, sure, but like it's just very solid. Very good, looks good, can run on anybody's system. It is free. It has a lot of really good like attributes that PUBG just doesn't have.
Yeah, and we could probably make a whole podcast on like early access shit.
Yeah, a lot of stuff.
Like what else have I been playing? That's pretty much it. That's about it. I'm not really playing much else. I've been playing The Witcher 2 here and there, getting a little bit done in that game just to kind of, I guess, keep from completely running out of steam with it and like not just not wanting to play it because I forget what's going on kind of deal. So I've just been doing that. I've been playing a little bit of Smash on the Wii U as well.
You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
No, I've just been playing just because like
It's a good fucking game.
Yeah, I've been like just because like I have a couple amiibos that like I haven't really touched in a while, so I just been kind of training those up for some reason because it's fun. Like it's just fun to fuck around and like watch something that you train beat you, like the kind of the like what is it, like the student becoming the master kind of deal. Like I don't know, that's just been a lot of fun.
We'll have to, you know, maybe we'll see it come to Profanity Bandits, and we'll do some stuff.
Do some like amiibo throwdowns where we just train our amiibos and fucking put them against each other at some point. That would be cool.
Love that game, so
it's a great game.
Just endless content.
It's a great game.
Area,
so yeah, that's pretty much what I've been playing.
Alright. We wanted to talk about upcoming games, but I think we closed the list of actual upcoming games.
Yeah, I think we did too.
Oops.
Well, I guess we have them there, really. Like.
Yeah, in a way.
We can kind of go off of what's there.
We can kind of skip that.
Yeah. So, Super Mario Odyssey.
Let's talk about it, even though we haven't played it.
Came out a couple weeks ago. From what I've seen, from what you've seen, it looks fucking incredible. And I've
heard glowing reviews from many sources.
I haven't heard anything bad from it so far.
Yeah.
Which is no surprise. It's a Mario game. It's, you know.
It's hard for it to be bad, and the fact that they kind of like return to form and kind of make it more like Sunshine in Mario 64 in a way
that kind of owed back to the first.
Even though Galaxy is an awesome game, both those games are fantastic. It's it's a return to form. I got some young guys on there doing some crazy ideas, doing some crack cocaine to figure out.
No. They're doing shrooms, and they're like they're like growing the third eye.
They're doing it at all. They're doing it at all.
Every drug under the sun.
Every drug under the sun, and they've really done it. If you're a fucking pixel peeper, you can go to Digital Foundry's video and look at the Mario Odyssey video and see all the cool techniques Nintendo
link in the description.
They do a lot of cool. I like a lot of their videos. It can be a little nitpicky sometimes, but it's kind of the nature of the content.
Yeah, don't check the comment section.
Don't check the comment. It's usually very negative, except some of the Switch videos are actually fairly positive.
Which is nice.
Which is cool. Which is mostly not a thing, but it's a cool video if you're a pixel peeper. It really doesn't matter if it's a good game. It's a good game. That stuff usually doesn't matter. It's just icing on the cake, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But some of the optimization tricks that they do to make it run at a consistent 60 is impressive.
Especially on the Switch is such a it's revolutionary. It's the first system to ever have an NVIDIA GPU running it.
Yeah.
It's the first system that you can literally just take anywhere. That has the capability of running full-on console games.
It's the first hybrid console, and it's an interesting little prospect, and I think it's going to continue to do well, and I think that next year, I think third party's going to ramp up, and I think that we're going to get more games, and the same games as well, and, you know, no matter how many things they have to tweak about it, you know, not many, honestly, with this thing. It's not like a Wii.
No, it's like literally. I feel like if you have a PC port of a game at this point that runs well on an NVIDIA GPU,
scalable.
you could do it
easy
easily.
To port over.
Yeah, you could do it. You could port it straight from PC to the Switch just based on the hardware alone.
Exactly.
Maybe that's just me being ignorant and dumb and not knowing how console optimization versus PC optimization works. But it seems to me that like if you have a game that runs well on NVIDIA GPU hardware, I don't see why. A console with that would be able to, you know what I mean? You just downscale the resolution some, probably do a little like compressing here and there where you can, and bada bing bada boom.
It has the same chip that's in the Shield, NVIDIA Shield.
Yeah, so there you go. That's literally a PC.
The Tegra X1.
Yeah, so that's literally a
and
home
it's
PC.
Running some pretty amazing things.
Yeah.
And then, you know, just to wrap up on Odyssey, we'll come back in December on that. We'll probably talk about it after we start a Let's Play on it.
Yeah.
And we're going to break the mold, ladies and gentlemen, just a little bit of a sneak peek.
Just like we did with Mario Kart, where all these other pussy fucks.
We're going to be doing co-op, because there's co-op in that game where someone can play as Cappy.
Goddamn
We'll trade off of Mario and Cappy, and we'll Have a good time with that.
Shit, yeah.
Do some crazy things.
Break the mold like we did with our Mario Kart
200cc, baby. 200cc Let's Play. You've never seen anything like it.
No one else did it because they were too scared. And we did it and we lost miserably every race. But that's fine because we had fun doing it. Sonic Forces. Fuck that game.
Speaking of things that don't run very well on the Switch.
Yeah.
I am not sure how Sonic Team...
consistently fucks up everything that they make besides 2D Sonic games like they should have been doing from the start.
The only reason that it runs better on the other consoles is that they have slightly more power. It's power like pushes through the garbage, but it's still kind of garbage.
It is garbage. Like, look.
But the fact that I'm not trying to like move into our next.
No, let's do it. Let's just move into it.
I'm just gonna move Doom up a little bid.
Okay, yeah.
Bring some things in here.
Yeah.
But comparing Doom on Switch to Sonic Forces, how can id Software get Doom running on id Tech 6, which is an amazing,
the fucking
awesome
most intensive engine ever
it's
made.
It's intensive, but also very scalable, and it works well on pretty much everything. They did a good job of optimization, even though it is intensive. It's an intensive engine. Like, even the other consoles can barely hit 60 FPS on it when they tried to hit that. And Switch can do a fairly consistent 30. There's areas where it drops, and that's understandable.
But it drops on every other console as well.
Yeah, so it's not too bad in a way. Like, technically it's dropping lower because it's not trying to hit a higher frame rate.
Yeah.
But it's just whatever. Things like that can be ironed out in the future, but it seems like, for the most part, performance on it is great, and it looks great.
Yeah, it looks
awesome.
really good. It looks really good.
For the nature of the console itself, and the smart thing that I've seen to really push the point of the Switch home, I've seen a lot of people, or a lot of game companies, when they market it, they really try to drive home the on-the-go aspect of it, which I think really divides.
Which is what it should be.
Which it divides.
That's how you should be advertising games on the Switch. Is, hey, this game that you had on your 360, on your Xbox One, on your PS4, on your PC, you can take it fucking anywhere now.
Yeah.
You don't have to sit at home and play it. You're on an airplane and you want to fucking play some goddamn video games without having to lug around this like $3,000 laptop that you have to sprawl out on the fucking tiny little thing that bends down and breaks your fucking legs. Yeah, you can do that
great.
Because the Switch fits in your goddamn pocket. It's brilliant.
And I think optimization for things like that will only get better as the
unless Sonic Team is making it, then it's gonna still get worse.
Like, it always takes a while to get used to a console.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the beginning of life of 360, there's things like Oblivion, and then at the end there was things like Halo 4. Which is one of the best looking games I've ever seen for 360.
I think that game still looks good.
It still looks good. Like, when they ported it with the Master Chief Collection, it looks like an Xbox One game. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know how they squeezed that out of the 360. But
it was the same thing with The Last of Us on the PS3.
Yeah.
That fucking console was the fucking shit pile. That was like the least powerful console that's ever been released, and it pushed that much graphical fidelity out of it.
Yeah.
It fucking blows my mind every time.
And that's how it works. Usually the first parties are the best looking on all their own consoles, like Halo and Last of Us and Mario and Zelda are all going to look better than most third parties. But we're starting good.
Yeah.
We're starting good. Doom's a good start. NBA 2K18 was a decent start. I've heard really mixed things about the game itself, but
apparently it's fucking shit.
But when I saw that it released the same time as the other versions, and it looked fairly similar, like just some, slight tweaks or whatever. It's great.
I heard there was a different like not just the Switch version, but like I've heard that like 2K18 like in general was like the worst NBA game that they've come out with for a long time.
Which
like the career mode was fucking shitty or something like that.
People who like that.
Yeah, but I don't give a shit about
either
sports
way.
Games.
Getting back to Sonic Forces again is another game we haven't played because we're not made of money.
Well, that, and I don't want to fucking.
No,
I don't want to buy the game.
I know that, but still, it's like if we had enough income to actually like play some of these things and then like actually talk about them, I would. I would, but it's just not the reality, and I'd rather buy something I enjoy with whatever money I have than pay for that shit.
I think the thing that pisses me off the most about that shit is that like they had something so good that so many people loved, like Sonic Mania.
And that was,
they had
that was
classic,
a different team.
Yeah,
that was a different team, but still.
Yeah, but still, it's still Sonic Team. You know that, like they had classic levels in that game from Sonic the Hedgehog 2,
1, 2, and 3.
Sonic, 1, 2, and 3. They had classic levels from that. And then they had levels that they made themselves that people fucking loved. And a lot of people didn't even realize that those were levels that were made by the people that made the game after the fact, until they saw that
they're a bunch of fan game developers, eh?
Yeah, and it's a fucking really good game.
It is.
And then they went back to the stuff that nobody wanted. Like it blows my mind.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're gonna get a Sonic game on the Switch, get Sonic Mania on the Switch.
Yes.
Take it on the go with you.
Yes.
Looks great, plays great. Of course it does.
Of course,
they actually cared about what was happening.
Yes, instead of just pumping out a game that was fucking half-assed because they want to ride the coattails of the cringy Sonic fans.
Yeah, and like the only thing I kind of liked about it was the Infinite, because he's voiced by Liam O'Brien, and Liam O'Brien's awesome. That's the only reason I like it.
Liam O'Brien's great.
Liam O'Brien's an amazing voice actor, and it's
also part of Critical Role.
Yeah, he's just one of those guys that you know it's him every time he talks, and they hire him for his voice. He's not a voice actor that can do a plethora of voices like Nolan North or Matthew Mercer or something like that. He's more
also a member of Critical Role.
Shouting at a bunch of other people.
Link will be in the description for that too, because I've been watching a lot of that and it's really great. And if you don't know what D&D is, that's like the best representation of it. So go watch Critical Role.
Anyway, but Liam O'Brien's just great. They hire him for his voice. Kind of like Steve Bloom in that way. They hire him.
Not a member of Critical Role.
because of how he sounds. That is why they hire him.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And he got to be a super cringy boss
like edgy boy.
And edgy man. And I really like his theme song and the band that did his theme song. They're kind of a little edgy too. So that was good. But the rest of the game seems like crap.
No link for that.
It just
don't look for it.
It just seems... If you're gonna
it's forced.
If you're gonna get a Sonic game, then get Mania on whatever platform you feel like. But I think Switch is a very good option.
If you want the Switch to do well for third-party, buy third-party games on the Switch. And Doom is arguably one of the more important games that are going to come out on the Switch for next year. Buy
Doom, buy LA Noire, buy Resident Evil Revelations Collection, buy all that stuff, because if you do that, they will put newer and better games. When Wolfenstein 2, the new Colossus, comes out on Nintendo Switch, buy that shit. Yeah. Because that's just going to mean... Yep. And I know Skyrim's been out a million times, but if you buy Skyrim on the Switch, then Bethesda might actually put some... Bethesda Game Studios, not Bethesda Publisher, but Bethesda Game Studios themselves might put, you know, a new Fallout, a new Elder Scrolls.
Who knows? Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition on Switch.
Yeah, like...
Who the fuck knows?
It's just... The thing with the Switch is that its unique position is that you could take any old game, bring it in, and people are like, oh, why would I do that? It's like because
you can take it anywhere now.
It gives you a more interesting prospect to deal with than a PS4 and Xbox One, despite them having more a little bit.
It gives you the portability option.
But either way, support as much as you can. The Lego games seem to be a safe bet. Like when they were talking about the new Marvel Superheroes 2, I heard the guys say that the Switch version is probably going to be the definitive version because it's the easiest one to do co-op on. You just split the Joy-Cons and there you go.
You don't have to pay an extra $60 for it.
It's going to look the same. It's going to have the same content. It's not going to be gimped like a Wii version of a Lego game because, you know, things were advancing past the Wii at the time. But like now, you're at a good point. And it's just going to keep going up. And if you keep supporting that, then I think that, you know, things will only get better in next year, and a lot of the companies that are being bullshit like EA trying to make a different version of FIFA 18, that'll change, and I guarantee FIFA 19 next year for Switch, I don't really give a shit about EA and
if it'll even come out on Switch, because I don't think anybody on Switch really cares about FIFA.
I know, but either way, if it's making money, they'll put it out. And I don't see it slowing down any, honestly. Like,
no.
It's
only gone up since the beginning of the
console.
This holiday
season's going to get even crazier.
Yeah.
But they had 2 first-party games in November. Fire Emblem Warriors and Mario Odyssey. And then December it's going to have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 coming out. And it's just going to keep rolling. And all the indie support and indies making shitloads of money on Switch. And, like,
Also, the quality control on the eShop is fucking phenomenal.
There's some shovelware, but it's because it's popular.
Yeah.
Most popular things have shovelware on them. But and they're getting like I think timed exclusives are annoying, but just to show that they're doing well, they're getting timed indie exclusives. Like I think there's like Hawaii Shakedown or something like that, which is made by the Retro Rampage guys, and that's a good game. And Super Meat Boy Forever is a timed exclusive on Nintendo Switch,
which is fucking crazy.
They're getting some really good indie support happening. There's new indie games announced every day for Switch. It's just getting great. But yeah, anyways, Sonic Forces doesn't seem to be our cup of tea or most people's cup of tea. But I would say if you really want to play it, then play it on PC or something.
If you want to play it, torrent it and then play it. don't buy shit.
Play it but just in terms of performance, if you're gonna it'd be fine on the other ones, I guess. But if you want consistent performance, play it on PC, so you don't have to worry about it.
I feel like even then it would be fucking kneecapped.
Either way, but
that's what happens. So
okay, I might as well just we might as well just continue with the Switch things that we're talking about, and then the list is all fucked at this point.
Yeah, who cares?
Anyway,
it'll
so Doom on Switch seems great. It has the multiplayer if you want to deal with that. Seems like okay. I
played it a little bit and it's all right.
It's fine.
It's multiplayer in a game that doesn't need multiplayer, but
but for something on
serviceable.
Switch.
Yeah, fuck, why not?
There's no real multiplayer shooters on Switch at the moment. There's more probably coming, but if you want
just as an example, the last Call of Duty that came out on Switch was Ghosts on the Wii U.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't on Switch, that was on the Wii U,
the
sorry.
Nintendo console, you mean.
Yeah.
But it's just play the multiplayer. If you play the multiplayer, then that that gives you something and it's fine.
I think it's worth a try.
Yeah. And
if you enjoy multiplayer shooters,
I saw
old school style.
Something I want to mention about Doom on Switch is done on Facebook on the page. People are I'll stick with the version I had. Why would I pay full price for another version of it? Blah blah blah. It's just I don't know why people have to be so miserable about other people getting to play a game, or some people are double dipping. Sure, if you want to double dip,
sure.
If you really love Doom, then double dip. I've double dipped on Resident Evil 4 every release that's come out.
Yeah, I bought GTA 5 6 times on 3 different consoles.
So, do what you want with your money, but you don't need to bring others down for why did I buy this, why did I buy that? Because they like to, and plus this reaches a whole new audience. Some people are so short-sighted on everything because they only care about their PS4s, their Xbox Ones, or their PCs or anything. It's
the thing that really pisses me off.
Be more open-minded.
The thing that really pisses me off too is that it's just fuck you. I think people that buy these consoles and PCs and build PCs and take the time to play video games from the get-go all have something in common, and that they like to do something common. Yeah. And they like video games, regardless of what console you play on, regardless how powerful your PC is, what the fuck ever. You still have that general enjoyment from video games. So why can't people just be like, hey, here's this game that a ton of people like, and a whole bunch of new people get to play it. Why is that not fucking awesome to everybody else that doesn't have that? Well, that has the game and has played it and had it since release on these systems.
Just be happy.
But yeah, just be happy that people get to play.
I'm happy that the Switch is doing well, and I'm happy when most things do well when they're doing something right.
Yeah.
But anyway,
unless you're Sony.
Another big,
another
big one. LA Noire on Switch is another one that people are like, why would I buy it again?
Because you'll probably buy it on PS4, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, exactly. But also portability and the fact that Rockstar games coming back to Nintendo. I think the last one they did was Bully Scholarship Edition on Wii.
Yeah.
And that's fine. But it's just this is a big hitter.
Yeah.
And if this does well, then this just goes up from here.
And this is
Red Dead Redemption on Switch. Imagine.
This is Rockstar.
That's possible.
GTA 5 port to Switch.
Easy.
I would fucking buy GTA 5 for a $7
I do it again. It's just such a good game. And you can lay there in bed and be like, I'm gonna play some GTA 5. Yeah.
I'm gonna run people down in the street on a Nintendo console.
Yeah. And you can do that in LA Noire too, where you're a cop.
Well, I mean,
it's not as great, but it's because you're a cop. But still, it's you can do stuff that usually you can't.
Yeah.
And L.A. Noire is a great game, great concept, and
probably one of the most revolutionary games in the past decade.
Yeah,
easily.
And they're really pushing forward. I saw their trailer for Switch. They showed it in portable mode. Play it on portable mode. They have touchscreen features in portable mode, which is
fucking
cool.
crazy.
You can click on it, and I think there's like the motion control bits that they had on PS3 where you can like move your hand around with the controller.
I forget what that was called, like on the PS3.
And that's
Syntax.
Yeah, and that's one of the best things about the Switch to me is that you don't have to do any of that on Switch, but you can.
Yeah, you have options.
It's a system of opportunity. If you want motion control options in your game, Joy-Con can do motion control. Do you just not want to do that and just use controllers regularly? Sure, do that. Do you want to use gyro aiming? Sure. Like Skyrim's going to use gyro aiming, like in Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and that was amazing.
Which you say works really well.
It's just really well and super accurate because you just.
I haven't played it yet. Well, I've played it, but I haven't played it extensively. Yeah, you need to sit down with
it, and we'll play it on the channel at some point. But it's just. So
we just don't want to bite off more than we can chew.
Yeah, it's so good. There's so many opportunities for it, and it only goes up. Resident Evil Revelations collection for Switch. The original Resident Evil Revelations was on Wii U. It's a good game. The second one's never been on a Nintendo console, which sucks because Revelations started as a 3DS game and then moved on and then kind of left Nintendo in the dust. But it's coming back.
It's coming back.
And they're both good games. They're more, regular third person Resident Evil, which I'm more into. Not saying that 7 isn't a good game because it looks amazing, but still, it's some classic, just decent.
7 switched the formula from what Resident
which I can
Evil
respect.
Is.
The secular, but Resident Evil 4 did.
Yeah.
Revelations games are a lot better than 6 to me. They're kind of like an episodic story, and they're good and they're fun. And
never played them.
They're good.
And now we have an excuse to because they're coming to Switch.
There we go. And the last Switch thing I think is 2K, WWE 2K18 on Switch.
Yeah.
Where the hell is it, 2K?
It's not coming.
It still says fall, and I don't know where it is.
Fall? It's November.
Yeah, I don't know.
Didn't fall end 6 weeks ago?
It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I don't know if they're holding it back to fix some stuff up, but like, NBA came out the same time as all the other versions. I'm just not sure what that's going on.
I mean, the WWE games have been kind of going downhill for a minute now.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because we both love those fucking games.
Yeah.
But hopefully it comes out on Switch. Hopefully it was just a matter of optimization that they wanted to fix before.
We'll probably play it. Play it.
Yeah.
We'll play a lot of wrestling games on the channel. All wrestling games under this end. So, but yeah, I think that's mostly the Switch stuff. If you don't have a Switch, try to get a Switch this holiday season. Baby,
absolutely, man.
Because it's great. I know. Good old Keenan over here. He wants one.
I do. If I can afford one,
it's a great investment if you just love games. If you want something interesting and something cool to just look forward to. Yeah. And that's going to move into another little topic, Andrew's console stuff.
No, we should no, actually, I guess that groups in.
It groups in while just transitioning from, like, talking about the consoles and stuff.
Yeah.
But,
so, yeah, Andrew has a little bit of a system, I guess.
A revelation.
Yeah, he's had an epiphany about consoles recently, and I'll let him.
And it sounds a little more snobby when you say it like that. Like, I hate console.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. But basically, it's just something.
Watch the chair on the desk there.
It's just something I've thought about a little bit, and it's just something I've thought about a little bit, and it's just like. Mostly with like the Xbox One, PS4 type deal, not Switch because Switch is great. But the thing is like, what can those offer to me, like that Switch and PC can't? Like, sure, there's some exclusive like Halo and Sunset Overdrive that are really good for Xbox One.
But it's not worth paying.
I love Sunset Overdrive. I love it. But yeah, it's just there's a lot of games that I still play on my Xbox One, but they're mostly single player games, and I'm not paying for gold anymore.
Well, yeah, I remember you messaged me that you were like, I'm just not
not
gonna bother paying for gold, and I was like, oh damn, like he's really not.
It's just
fucking
like
trying
I
to buy
got
this now.
an Xbox One to play with people, and then they stopped playing with me.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, and then
And then you got a PC, and now we play PC games all the time.
And then I just play Switch, and I still love all my consoles. I like playing 360. I like playing PS2. It's not even that I hate consoles. I just think consoles are starting to get bad.
Yeah.
Not even I don't even mean that specs wise. I mean just like offer me something that I need, because like
instead of a mid lifespan upgrade to 4K,
give me,
as if anybody wanted it in the first place.
Give me an interesting concept. We've already had all of these systems that have been the same type of thing. 360 and PS3 are boxes. They have a better lineup of games in my opinion, and it's a lot easier to get those games now. Like I still like both of those systems, and it's a great time to do that. And I definitely want a PS3 at some point for the channel, because there's a lot of great exclusives on that console.
I would play The Last of Us 6 times over on this channel. It is my favorite game that I've ever made.
Really decent played. Console. 360 is decent. We still play 360 all the time on this channel. I play it. I play it for wrestling. I play it for a bunch of different fighting games.
My favorite fighting game ever, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, is on the 360.
Some awesome fighting games, and that's really what I've come down to with like Xbox One and stuff. To me, where that lays down for me is like what few exclusives come out that are good. I'll get them for that.
Yeah.
If I can't get them on PC, because there's a lot of Xbox ones that come to PC. But it's just like...
Well, with the Play Anywhere thing, too.
Yeah,
it's like,
which is great. I did that with Cuphead, and I can play it on my Xbox and my PC. It's great.
Yeah.
Love it. Stuff like that's cool. But it's just like... How I feel is that I'll probably... If I can't get it like on Switch or PC, then I'll go somewhere else and get it. Like Xbox One or something. That's perfectly fine. If I really want to play something that bad, I'll do it. But it's just like... To me right now, unless it's like an exclusive or like a fighting game. Like, I find that fighting games, like, because there's tons of fighting games on PC as well, but, like, I find that...
They're just horribly optimized.
Yeah.
Like, you have a situation like you had with MKX when that first launched. It just had a fucking torrent of messes.
I'm not saying that fighting games are necessarily bad on PC, because there's a lot of PC-only fighting games, I'm sure.
King of Fighters.
If I, like, think about it. But it's just, like, I play tons of fighting games on consoles, so I'll do it. Like, I'll get Tekken 7, and I'll get Dragon Ball Fighters on Xbox One, because it makes more sense to me. Yeah. Or Injustice 2 or something like that.
They're just better optimized on consoles.
And like the fun thing about 360 is like when you're out and about in like a thrift store or like a pawn shop or something, who knows what crazy fighting game you'll find or what. That's my favorite thing.
Just fucking get a game for $5 that you never even knew existed and have the best time of your fucking life.
Like, I barely buy games for Xbox One because they're so expensive, but I could go to some like place.
You have like a collector's edition of Mortal Kombat 9.
Yeah, and I love it.
That you got to the thrift store. It's a fucking great game.
It's just like, I like, and I used to think like, oh, like, because I like the physical things of games, and I was like, oh, I want to collect that stuff, but it's just like at this point, I feel like, for me, I'm limiting it to like Nintendo because I really love Nintendo. I've always loved them. I'm a fan, big fan.
I'm just hopping on the wagon.
Yeah, I know. I kind of got you on that wagon.
You did. I used to be like, dude, like, because all I ever had was Nintendo consoles. All my friends were on like PlayStation and shit, and I was like, I just want to play games with my friends and not have a fucking kids console. That's literally like what I felt. But it's just like, they're great. I've been enlightened. But like that, and then 360 and down, that's where I'm getting my games, and I'm being more selective. I'm trying to be more smart, more mature with my purchases. But it's just like, I feel that's where I am with that kind of stuff, and I feel that like, I don't need to grab every game out there. Get the things that I really feel that I want and I want to play. If something's weird and I see it at like a thrift store for 360, get that. That's worth it more than getting like, a $60 game that you don't even another copy of like BioShock or something like that. Like, who cares about that when you could get BioShock Infinite released for the 15th time?
When you could get like Monkey's Uncle 5 on an Xbox 360. Like, oh, what's this game? It's just, it's a lot more cool. That's where I'm with on things. I'm really enjoying PC for the most part. Has not safe from issues like everything, but like it's getting pretty good, and once you have a taste of some power, and really just in general, like if you really like want to suffer anyway and get the good stuff out of it, like even if you don't have a really good PC, you can suffer and still have a good time. Like at least get like a console experience out of there with still the customization of the PC that you really want without paying for online.
You can build an extremely capable system for less than a console that performs better than any of the consoles on the market right now.
I think the best thing I've seen,
which is really great.
The best thing I've seen is the Potato Masher.
Yes, I love the Potato Masher. It's fucking great.
And they did the Potato Masher like Pro,
which was the fucking PlayStation
but, like,
Pro. God, that's so stupid.
But either way, it's like, you know, you can do it, and even if you don't have the top rig, like I've seen them do it with Potato Masher. If it can't hit that frame rate, they just drop it to the console level FPS, and usually outperforms it in stability on consoles. So you can at least get that and enjoy a game out of that.
Yeah,
as long as, you know, it's not shit optimized or something.
You can you can literally use a PC as a home console.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And you know, or
literally, mode and you're fucking set.
If you want a console, honestly, if you want a console, but like besides Switch, which is a newer console, get an older console. Honestly,
get a 360, get a PS3, get a Wii U.
I love picking up PS2 games. I honestly love it. I love just going into some weird, like I didn't even grow up with it all that much, but I just love finding games from that era. Like I go into like a thrift store and find some random PS2 game. What's this stuff? I go home and play it. It's just some random, like, you know, decent game. It's great.
Yeah.
That stuff's dead. That stuff's dead. You don't really see that anymore.
Yeah, the PS2 was like the first console that ever really beat a lot of games on. And most of it was just like, you know, Ratchet and Clank and fucking Jack and Daxter and just like odds and ends of racing games and like the original Call of Duty games, like stuff like that is what I kind of grew up on. And then like, you know, I don't know. Old games are where the fuck it's at.
Yeah, I don't know. That whole topic might have been stupid to some people, but I thought it was just an interesting thing that I maybe could bring.
I don't think so. I think it's like if you enjoy a certain thing, or if you feel like you're not
getting something,
you're not getting something, like you're not getting worth out of something that you're investing in. What the fuck is the point in investing? Yeah, you know what I mean. It's like, I don't know. That's like
like after this gen, I've made this choice that like after PS4 and Xbox One type deal, I might get a PS4 down the line just because of some of the cool exclusives and stuff like Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne is cool, a fucking great
but
game.
Like after this gen, like besides Nintendo, I'm not doing it because I know for the fact whatever the next one's gonna be is another black box. What's so special about it? Like whether it hits or misses, Nintendo has always done something new and different, and I can respect that. Take a little bit of a risk whether it hits like the Switch or doesn't hit like Wii U. At least you get some cool games coming out and you get some use out of it and have a good time. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Do you want to? I know most podcasts had a break. You want to like take a short break and like, you know, we've been talking a while. Get some water,
get some juices flowing, and
get some, you know, come back fresh and. I guess I'll just say what our next thing is going to be.
Our last things. We're going to talk about IGN that bought out Humble Bundle.
We're going to talk about Animal Crossing, the mobile game that's coming out.
Yeah, Monster Hunter World.
Neo on PC, and
we're going to touch on some game journalism surrounding Cuphead and a little bit of Polygon stuff, because fucking hell.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll see you then.
We'll be back. Welcome back. to the House of Profanity. We are back.
We're all oiled up and ready to get back in.
After a little 5-minute break, we were getting a little dry in the throat area, so we needed a little refresher because we were fucking about to die.
Mm-hmm.
So getting right back on track. What do you want to start with first? Do you want to start with IGN, Monster Hunter?
You can talk about IGN and the game journalism stuff you want to talk about. Since
all right.
I kind of took the reins there for a while.
So I think I'll start with the game journalism thing. It's fucking shit. Like, to be frank, if you at this point in 2017, if you believe anything a game journalist says, you should not be playing video games because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Like, it's always cool to find a person to, like, you know, some random YouTube person that, you know, it's fun to watch and interesting to see their opinions, but at the end of the day, it's important what you think of the game, and, you know.
I'm not talking about game reviewers.
Oh, you're just talking about game journalists?
I'm talking about game journalists.
Okay.
As in the guy that couldn't get past a tutorial of Cuphead, despite it showing you exactly what to do in English. With no words, mind you, with actual just pictures depicting what to do. And he still couldn't do it. And then with Polygon, the whole Doom thing. If you are a game journalist that is reporting on a game, you should know how to play video games.
You should be at least a little competent. You don't need to be the best player ever.
You don't. I don't expect you to be fucking like Chris J of Mouse Sports from fucking Counter-Strike. I don't need you to be a professional fucking player. Like, just
be competent enough to actually talk about the
just
game.
Actually play video games. Like, you don't go into a field that you don't know what you do. That's like me going into trying to do heart surgery on somebody. I don't know the first goddamn thing about heart surgery. They're fucking dead. And that's what happened with this Cuphead shit, is like people are talking about accessibility and how it's so inaccessible, and how they should have a reviewer mode because people won't get to see the beauty of the rest of the artwork. It's like, look it up. You can see it.
They have the simple mode and that you can play that's easier, but guess what? You don't get the soul contracts.
No.
So you have to do the normal version. It's just if you want to get to, like, you know, get all your coins and get your upgrades, you can do the simple version, which I've only done once because I try to be hardcore, man. But
yeah, I played a bit of Cuphead and I liked it. It's just like,
it's a good game.
It's a great game. It's super good. The art style's competent. I haven't even seen any glitch in the game.
Yeah.
At all. And it's made by, 2 people who had to remortgage their house in Sweden to be able to make this game.
Damn.
And it's a fucking huge hit.
Because
it's original and it's new and it's something people love and it's a fresh IP.
And it's basically an indie game.
It is
it is an Xbox exclusive technically, and it is on PC and stuff, like console. There's console, but it's an indie game.
Yeah, and it's a really damn good one.
Sorry to derail you for a second.
No,
but
go for
I
it.
think indie games are the bread and butter these days. Not saying there aren't good AAA games or like smaller budget games like from fairly like bigger companies, but indies, you put heart in. You don't put money. Like, you don't go into it for money because you don't know you're gonna make.
You don't pull a Destiny.
Like Shovel Knight, they didn't know that game was gonna shoot into the stratosphere, and that's still like they're still releasing updates for it now. Free updates.
It's a fantastic game.
So,
but if you're gonna be a game journalist, know how to fucking play video games.
Yeah,
I could watching that Polygon gameplay of Doom when it first came out was like the single most like brain mushing fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like sticking your head in a fucking meat grinder and then coming out of the other side completely turned into hamburger. It's demoralizing to see, like, this is the face of what you put your time into. Like, these are the people that are telling you what's good and what's bad, and they can't even fucking play the game.
Yeah.
How are they gonna have any concept of if a game is good and bad if they can't aim with the controller competently enough to be able to shoot something?
Yeah. Like, I feel like there are some like game journalists technically that feel a lot more competent than big company ones. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Like Total Biscuit.
Jim Sterling, I think he knows what he's talking about.
I don't agree all the time with Jim. But
I don't think you should. I think if you agree with somebody 100% of the time,
it's not really a conversation to have.
Yeah, it's more of a you're just.
I agree with him a lot on what he has to say about the industry. It's just like our tastes in games, I don't think are the same most of the time. But sometimes that contradicts. Like with Mario Odyssey, he loves Mario Odyssey. I think I love Mario Odyssey, so that lines up. But I think in terms of most things, he doesn't give a shit about what big companies care about. Like Randy Pitchford from Gearbox, the CEO, trying to bully him essentially. Like he doesn't give a shit about that stuff.
Yeah, and then the fucking shit with WWE, like the Gold Dust thing, he just fucking got it. Yeah, Stardust. That was fantastic.
And then Total Biscuit, I think I haven't watched him consistently for a long time, but you always go through phases and then you come back to things, and I kind of come back.
He was on the H3 podcast recently, actually,
he
talking about like
guy.
his like struggles with stage 4 cancer and stuff. Also, I'll put a link in the description for that because that is a fucking incredible podcast that you should definitely listen to. If you know somebody that has like terminal cancer, like just to kind of hear how it is from somebody who has it to this day and is still struggling through chemo, like his viewpoint on it is like it's mind blowing.
And he's a great game reviewer. He's very
he's very involved in the industry too. He literally owns the South Korean StarCraft team. And
he also has his own podcast that he does with Jesse Cox and Press Hart. And with Dodger, press Hart to start or continue or something shit like that. I don't know. I messed it up, but
I think
they're great people. Like Jesse, and
Dodger, Jesse, Total Biscuit.
And they have guests on all the time, like Gerard, the Completionist, and all those people.
Strippin's on there all the time.
Strippin, I think, is with Dodger.
Yeah, so they're always kind of intertwined and stuff.
They're great people. The Completionist, just as another example, he doesn't really review games, but he completes games, but he gives a really good
analysis of what it is.
On
Angry Joe as well.
Angry Joe's pretty good most of the time. Don't always agree with him either.
Yeah, don't always agree with him. But
he does good reviews.
He does more kind of like the cinematic, like kind of poking fun at the game if he doesn't like it and praising the game if he likes it kind of deal. Which
which is great.
He's an entertainer. He's an entertainer more than he is a reviewer.
But there's so many good choices out there for you. It's another one that I can't really think of right now, but I'll maybe put it in the description later for people if they want it, or put it up on the screen for people or something. But
I'm not gonna put it on. I'm not gonna sift through this much.
Oh well, yeah.
I'll just link everything in the description.
Well,
there's not gonna be pop-ups on the screen. Everything will be in the description. That I say will be in the description.
Link in the description. But either way, it's just like you can find a lot of great people to hear a lot of good things from. Lazy Game Reviews is another good one. Like you just look through YouTube, you'll find someone you like.
I'll put links to as many of those channels as I can find on there in the description.
We're not trying to leech off of these people. We're just trying to.
Oh no, we're just trying to give the people that watch us.
We're small little babies on this little scape of YouTube, but we're trying.
That we are okay.
I'm not afraid to talk about other.
No, absolutely not, because we take a lot of inspiration from a lot of different people. Yeah. And I think I can say that in confidence because I think everybody on YouTube takes inspiration from everybody else on YouTube. And we've been watching content on YouTube for years now.
All the time, yeah.
Like I watch it more than I will something on Netflix or something on television. Like
especially television.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
So let's jump right on to IGN and Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
They kind of fucked it. To put it bluntly,
like it's
the same deal.
It's hard to necessarily say right away if it was them or not, but it seems like it kind of fishy. That
it's too big of a coincidence.
And I know there was a thing recently. It's like pre-order and get some sort of thing. It's like that seems like IGN influence. And then Humble Bundle's great most of the time.
Humble Bundle's usually
when they
really
have
good.
Like another humble indie bundle or like some crazy big bundle, like it makes sense to get it and goes to charity and all that stuff. So hopefully they don't completely destroy it, but it has been.
It's
a little.
The bundles recently have just like been really off.
They seem okay. Like
it's nothing like before IGN bought it, every bundle was a fucking banger.
Yeah.
Like the bundle before IGN got it, it was like Killing Floor 2 and like like all the like newer games that were like people were fucking hyped to play. And then the one most recently that I saw was like Guns of Icarus, which is a completely like dead game, like even more dead than Lawbreakers is right now. Like
Guns of Icarus is a cool concept.
It's a cool concept, but nobody cares enough to play it. Nobody cares enough to play it, which is sad.
This is what happens with multiplayer games, unfortunately.
Yeah. If you don't have enough dedicated player base, which why would you when you have huge games like Overwatch, Counter Strike, Call of Duty?
Even like you have to diversify like with mods especially, and just like having open things for people to do. Like there's still like tons of people who play something like Left 4 Dead. They make mods for Left 4 Dead. There's tons of people who play Gary's mod all the time. Like you have to just find ways to.
I think Gary's mod is a different beast.
It's a different beast. I know that, but I'm just saying like if you.
But I know what you mean.
You have to if you can't like stay
improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah, instead of just letting it peter out and just not do anything useful.
And I think for the last topic, I think this is the last one. Let's talk about Monster Hunter World a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
A game that we are both so fucking excited for. But I've been waiting for a fucking
PC baby. It's coming to
for
PC.
for a new Monster Hunter title that's coming to PC. It's
like
come
the
to
first,
PC or 360.
first new engine in ever.
First new engine since they started the franchise.
Yep.
The first one that's been on PC since they started the franchise.
Yeah.
The first one that's been on Xbox since they started the franchise. Arguably the best looking one that'll ever come out ever.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say, which kind of sucks, even though I'm getting it on PC anyway, no Switch version.
No Switch version. Because for whatever reason, Capcom decided to fuck Switch users.
Which makes no sense because they make so much money on 3DS.
I know, and then they had Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which
we still play.
It's a fucking fantastic game. It's a goddamn really good game.
All Monster Hunters are great. It's just this one's awesome, and they're trying stuff new, but they're shafting people, and they're not even giving them the double cross that came out. Which
isn't it Generations?
It's an enhanced version of Generations, which is X in Japan. So at least give us that. Yeah, because it's fun. I played the
at least an
demo.
Americanized version.
I have a Japanese account on my Switch, so I can look at the Japanese games, and I got the demo, and it's great. It's awesome. Like any Monster Hunter game, you play a Monster Hunter game, and if you love Monster Hunter, then you'll love it.
Oh, and just to kind of build hype for these games, we've been playing a lot of not really a lot. We kind of stopped. But
we'll probably get back.
Playing some Monster Hunter Online, which is
Chinese MMO.
A Chinese MMO
but it's so good.
That is literally Monster Hunter 3 on steroids.
It's basically Monster Hunter. It's just Monster Hunter. Yeah, there's no compromises there. It's Monster Hunter.
It's free Monster Hunter that you play with tons of people.
Besides some connection issues, incredible. It's awesome. Get your friends on it. There's a big English community for the game.
There's a Discord all like specifically dedicated
in the description.
Yeah, in the description. Link is in the description for an invite link to that.
And it's just like, there's tons of tutorials on how to get into it, how to make an account for it.
There's even a new English mod that came out for it very recently. That is really fucking good, actually. If a Monster Hunter fan wants Monster Hunter, they're gonna get Monster Hunter. That's what I'll say. There's been English patches for, I think there was a PSP Monster Hunter that never got a localization, fan localization. If we want Monster Hunter, we'll get Monster Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, and that's that.
Yeah, we're hyped for it. There'll probably be videos on the channel.
Goddamn fucking right there will be.
Probably not a beta video because it's only on PS4.
Yeah, but that's all right.
An exclusivity thing, which is annoying.
But I will be.
And I'm hoping that the PC version has a decent release date and it's not like a year later or some garbage like that.
If it's a year later, I will rob every store in this city to be able to afford an Xbox One.
And that's the only reason, just to get it. And that
just
makes
for
sense,
Monster Hunter World,
because
it's literally a system seller for me.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Like
I'm excited.
All the videos, all the like scrolling through my timeline and like liking the Monster Hunter World thing every time I see a new monster that they announce, I'm like I just share it like instantly because it's fucking crazy.
To a lot of their games recently, like Dead Rising 4 and Marvel vs. Capcom. I love Capcom. They have more series out of any company that I love.
Yeah.
Resident Evil, they have Dead Rising, freaking Marvel vs. Capcom, they have freaking what else? Devil May Cry, they have Lost Planet, they have Monster Hunter, they have so many different games and a bunch of older franchises as well that haven't really got a bunch of love. Street Fighter, I'm not super big into Street Fighter.
I fucking hate Street. I'll say it right now. I fucking hate Street Fighter. That shit is the worst fucking fighting game.
It's okay.
It's garbage.
Okay,
don't ever play.
It's okay, sweetie.
Don't play Street Fighter.
It's okay, sweetie. Anyway, I love
Kill all Street Fighter players.
the
2K17.
characters, and I always play the characters in if it's Ryu and Smash or friggin' in Marvel vs. Capcom, I'll play the characters. They're just great characters, but it's just like.
Ooh, I gotta chill.
There's just a lot
I'm so mad that Street Fighter.
They have a lot of things that I love, and I just hope they don't ruin this for me. And I don't think they will, but you never know.
You never know with Capcom.
But it honestly looks pretty solid, unlike most of the games.
There's nothing that I've seen that would indicate Monster Hunter World is going to be bad.
Yeah, I think it looks good, and I hope the PC release date's decent.
I hope it will be.
Because I'm gonna cry if it isn't.
If anything, if it's a month later, whatever.
Okay.
That's like a normal timed exclusive.
If not, then I'm gonna be like.
if it's 2 months later, I'll be like,
and then 3,
and then 3 months, I'm gonna shoot somebody.
Yeah.
3 months, somebody will die, and I will have a 360.
I would tear my skin off.
I'll kill my roommate and steal his.
Yeah, there you go.
Just for Monster Hunter World.
Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It's that time already.
It's already that time. It doesn't feel like that long.
Yeah.
It really doesn't. But thank you very much for tuning into the very first episode of the House of Profanity.
Mm-hmm.
We will be here
in December.
Next month sometime. Probably around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Yeah.
Where we'll actually no. Let's say we'll save it for later in the month so we can talk about the Star Wars movie.
Oh man. Yeah.
That's coming out.
That'd be good.
Episode 8.
That'd be a good December discussion.
Leave this podcast on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, this will be a while, but hey, there's some more
we'll have
content coming. Some more Profanity Bandits coming out with more wacky adventures with ourselves.
Bigger, badder, slightly more homoerotic.
Yeah.
Only slightly though.
And more unfinished games. But that's our thing anyway. We just play them, and if we like it a lot, we finish it.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
That's how it goes.
Way, we're playing whatever we want, having a good time, and hopefully making you have a good time as well.
Hopefully making you forget about the bullshit that's going on in your lives right now, because
we know we have a lot as well.
That's what we aim to do with the channel. So we hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of the House of Profanity. We will be here next month with an in-depth breakdown of Star Wars Episode 8, which should be
pretty good.
Which should be very good.
Yeah.
We're very excited about that.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll leave you with the musical send-off as per usual. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next month.
See ya.